The next sequence of videos focuses on installing Rust on Windows computers. So if you are a Mac user, you can feel free to skip these lessons. For the Windows users, before we install Rust, we need to get acquainted with a program that is already installed on our Windows computers, and it is called PowerShell. You can see it right here. PowerShell is what we call a command line interface. It is a text prompt where you can enter text commands for the computer to execute. So this is the way that users interacted with computers before the modern graphical interfaces that exist today. Despite its slightly outdated look, PowerShell has lots of value for developers. It tends to be speedier, more efficient, and offers room for customization. There's a lot more that you can express with a text command than you can with a basic mouse click. So first things first, here's how you can access PowerShell. I'm going to close this on my screen. Directly within the search bar down below, you can search for the application, PowerShell. And this is the one we want, Windows PowerShell. You can open that up, and it should look like this. It might look slightly different. For example, your font size may be larger or smaller, or it may have a different background. All of that is just customizable. As long as the program opens, this is what you want. So there's only a few commands that we need to familiarize ourselves with to work effectively with PowerShell for this course. The first thing is the pwd command. This is short for print working directory. The word print means to output to the screen, and working directory is the current directory that the PowerShell is within. So PowerShell works exactly like the File Explorer application on Windows, this thing right here. At any given moment, it is within a given directory or folder on your computer. So in order to access files, folders, and applications, you need to navigate around your file system, around your hard drive. The difference between this versus PowerShell is here we're using text commands. Now, technically speaking, you can actually see where we are right here, but pwd will give you that location as well. The working directory is the current folder that we are in, and P is short for print. So print working directory will give you your current location. So now we know where we are. How can we find out everything within this directory? For that, you can use the command ls, and that is short for list. The reason it's called list is because it lists all of the files and folders within the current directory. So once again, I write the command, then press the Enter key to execute it. And now we're going to see all of the files and folders within the current directory, which is C users Boris. So now we know where we are, and we know all of the contents within the current folder. The final command is cd, which is short for change directory. Change directory allows us to navigate into another folder. In the File Explorer, to navigate, we just double-click on a folder name. In PowerShell, we use the command cd, or change directory, to accomplish the same thing. For example, within my Boris directory, I have my desktop folder. If I want to navigate into desktop, I do cd, followed by a space, and then I write out the complete folder name. It's very important that you also honor case sensitivity, which means capital letters must be written as capital and lowercase letters must be written as lowercase. So desktop here is spelled with a capital D, and that's exactly how I'm going to spell it here. So now I'm going to execute, and that is going to navigate us one level down into the desktop folder. We can see it appear here, but if I want to confirm, I can once again do pwd, print working directory, to see that that is where I am. If I want to see everything that is on the desktop folder or within the desktop folder, I can once again use ls for list to see all of the content that is here. All right. Now the cd command will navigate you down into a folder. What if you want to navigate upwards? To accomplish that, it's going to be the cd command, and we'll provide a space once again, but this time around, instead of a folder name, we write 2 dots. 2 dots means go up 1 folder, navigate upwards 1 directory. So this will take us from desktop back into Boris. So that is how we navigate both into a folder and then upwards out of a folder. One final tip that I want to show you is auto completion, which we accomplish with the tab key. So say I want to navigate into my desktop folder again. I can write cd, then I can begin with a couple characters like DES. And that is actually enough for PowerShell to figure out what we intend to go into. Because you can see here, there's only one folder that begins with that sequence of characters, DES. So rather than typing out the complete folder name, I can just press the tab key, and that will auto-complete it. The syntax here is a little bit different, but don't worry, it means the exact same thing. And you can use tab completion not just on folders, but also file names and applications. So this will accomplish the exact same result. It's going to navigate us into desktop, but the advantage of tab completion is, number one, it's faster, and number two, it's less prone to error because there's less chance of you making a typo. The PowerShell will auto-complete the file name for you, right? But you have to get the first couple characters right, or at least provide enough characters that PowerShell can figure out which directory you are referring to. For example, if I simply provide a capital D, that is insufficient because there are multiple folders that begin with the letter D. But DES is enough for desktop, just like DOC would be enough for documents. So just provide enough characters, press tab, and then that should auto-complete the location. All right, so that is a quick introduction to the PowerShell. It is called a command line interface. It is a program where we issue text commands to the operating system. There's only a few that we need to know. You can use pwd to print the current working directory, which represents where you are on the file system. You can do ls or list to see all of the files and folders within the current directory. And finally, you can use cd or change directory to both navigate into a folder as well as navigate up out of a folder. In order to install Rust on a Windows computer, you'll need to know whether your Windows operating system is 32-bit or 64-bit. These two options refer to how your computer manages memory under the hood. It's not important to understand the technical differences between the two options, but you do need to know which one you have because it will impact which version of the Rust installer you'll download in a follow-up lesson. So if you don't know, in the Windows search bar, you can search for About, and what we're looking for is this thing right here, About Your PC, which is part of the system settings. So you can open that application, and here under System Type, you'll see the value. It's going to say either 64-bit or 32-bit. Memorize that value, and we'll use it in the next lesson.
Thanks for watching the video till the end. Please leave your thoughts below so we can discuss more about the topic. If you'd like to suggest a video that could help the community, feel free to message me on X or Instagram. We also share short videos on Instagram, so make sure to follow us there. Feel free to reach out. We'd love to hear from you, and might even create a video based on your suggestion. Thanks again for being part of our community. See you in the next video.